Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back. So as you all can see, I am not in my garden. I'm not at home. I'm in my car sitting in a parking lot, and I'll give you all one guess as to where you think I might be. I'm sure you guessed it. I'm at the plant store. It's plant shopping day. So I started a project for my gated garden bed. Yesterday, I cleaned it all out and I was so happy to see it all cleaned out. I cannot believe how much that garden bed needed it. There was just some dianthus in there that had, one of you said it in the comments perfectly. It just wasn't pulling its weight. You know, it was really beautiful when it was in bloom, but for most of the time it wasn't in bloom. So it just wasn't worth it. And then I pulled out a couple other dead things and I thought, okay, I'm going to go to the plant store. I'm going to have an open mind and I'm just going to see what they have. Knowing, kind of having in the back of my mind, simplicity, right? Calm, clean, simplified garden bed right there, because it's been kind of a jumbled mess for quite a while. And I kind of like that look sometimes, but sometimes it's nice to have it a little bit more, clean looking. So that's kind of what I'm going for that garden bed. Then while I'm here, of course, I'm thinking about it and I'm thinking about all the stuff that I need to get. I want to try and get some rings, some stake rings, because my Limelight Prime hydrangeas kind of in the gated garden bed, just on the other side of the walkway, they're all falling over this year. This is the first full year. I put them in late summer last year, and it's almost like the bloom heads are too heavy for the stems at this point. So I'm going to try and support them a little bit. So I'm going to get that. I have to get a plumbago plant to replace the one that died in my oak tree garden bed, and then a couple other things. So let's get in here and I will take you all along, and we'll take a look at what the garden center has today. So I thought I would do a voiceover today because there just wasn't enough people in the garden center today for me to kind of blend in with the crowd. So I was a little too embarrassed to talk while I was there. So I got some of those plant rings to hold up my Limelight Hydrangea Prime. And then I found some seed starting mix. I always run out of this stuff, and I know I'm going to be planting or starting a lot of seeds this upcoming fall. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of it and kind of stock up on it. Then, of course, I'm getting distracted by plants. This is an Asian jasmine, and it is afternoon shade only. So it's not even going to work in my gated garden bed. I think it gets too much sun for it, but it's so pretty. It's so beautiful, and I remember looking at it last year. Here is what's called a princess flower. I don't know if you've all have heard of this plant. I am like obsessed with it, and particularly obsessed with the leaves. I think they're so pretty and so fuzzy. They remind me of lamb's ear. And I like the blooms. I just don't like the buds on it. To me, it looks a little messy, so I don't think I'm going to put it into my garden. I was kind of laughing here because look at how much of this red tip Photonia they have. It just goes to show when there is something that works in the area, the garden centers will have a ton of it. More distractions of the Fiji apple espalier. I have no place to put this, but I want one so bad. And then finally I found something that actually was on my list, which is the plumbago. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my oak tree garden bed in the espaliers. One of them died, so I need to replace it. So what I'm doing here is I'm looking for a plant that has two strong leaders. I'm going to plant it at the base of a diamond espalier, and then I will train the two strong leaders up either side. And I think that this plant is going to work out really well. So yeah, it was a good shopping trip. I got a lot of stuff, but not enough stuff that I needed for the gated garden bed. And I don't want to just get anything. Since I'm only having a few things, I want them to be good. Okay, so I ended up with a lot, but nothing for the gated garden bed, which is what I needed. So let's see, I got 2 dichondra silver falls for my front flower box that I just made over, and I just had a couple really sparse dichondras left, and so I'm going to fill in with those 2. So I'm glad I found those. And then in my oak tree garden bed, I actually had 2 of the sea lavenders they're doing okay. I just don't think they're thriving. And one of them is over on my neighbor's side of the property. So I just want to go ahead and replace it. So I'm glad I got those. And then, so this is Chinese fountain grass, or Hakanakloa. And this is the Aurora, I can't say it. Areola variety. It's basically the variegated variety, and I have one of these already in my crepe myrtle garden bed, and I wanted to add 2 more. This was kind of a splurge for me. These are not cheap, but really it's just a couple dollars more than the other ones, so I figured I might as well go for it. And then finally, the plumbago. That's looking okay. I think it needs a little bit of fertilizer, but I'm glad I found a big one so that it'll match with the other ones that I have in. Then I just got some seed starting mix because fall sowing's coming and I know it, and I always miss out on grabbing it when I'm at the store. And then I got those 2 rings. So basically nothing that I actually came here for, but all of the stuff was on my list. So it's not like they were impulse buys. So that's good. All right. Back in my car, I've got all the plants loaded into the back. I'm really happy with what I got. I think I got a lot, just not everything that I was looking for. It's funny, I got in my car to tell you all this because I started getting embarrassed just talking to my phone. I think I don't really get embarrassed, when I'm in my house and I'm talking to my phone and all my neighbors are walking by. I don't care at all. But for some reason, when I'm at the plant store, I get really embarrassed because I feel like the workers are looking at me like, oh, there's that crazy lady again talking to her phone. So anyway, I should just get over it. It's no big deal. So I didn't find much for the gated garden bed. There was some white verbena. I don't know. It just wasn't really speaking to me. So I do want to take you all to another nursery. It's called Lemuria Nursery. It's in Dixon, and it's a small, like, mom and pop nursery. It's really, really cute. And they grow all their own plants. And so the plants are really, really good quality. Every plant that I've bought there has thrived because it's grown outdoors in the exact same conditions that my house is. So I'll be interested to see what they have. They always have really interesting stuff. So let's go there right now. Okay, we're here. So it's a wholesale nursery, but it's open to the public, which is pretty cool. How cute. Look at that one. So cute. Okay, let's start looking at plants. So this is kind of their shade area. You can see it's just a bunch of plants, but they're all on the ground. You kind of have to look for yourself. I don't care. It's awesome. Okay, I have been wanting some of these. This is Geranium Roseanne, but I want them in my cottage garden. Aren't those pretty? These do really well here. We have the UC Davis Arboretum, and they have a top 100 plants that grow really well in our area, and this is always on that list. So I think I'm gonna come and grab a couple of these, put them in my cottage garden. Okay, so here's some of that Japanese forest grass, just like the ones I just bought from the main garden center. This is the all gold variety. I got the other variegated variety. They were $12.50 at the garden center. Here, yeah, $8.99. It's definitely better prices here. Oh shoot. Well, look what I found. Darn it. The Areola. $8.99. Darn. Should come here first. Oh well. I mean, you do have to deal with chickens here when you're shopping, so maybe that's why the prices are so good. Who knows? Look at all these colors. So pretty. Oh, look at these. The smell. Brilliant pink iceberg. pink and white blend shrub rose. Oh, it smells so good. All right, so I am done here at Lemuria Nursery. I didn't really find anything that I was totally gung-ho about. And I also don't want to start purchasing for, I already have enough plants that were not from my gated garden bed. So I decided not to get the geranium today. So I'm being strong, I'm holding back. So I still have a cart full of plants that I need to go get planted. It was still a successful plant shopping day, just not for what I was looking for, which is the gated garden bed. That's all right. There's absolutely no rush. I have to say I'm happy with how it looks right now because it just kind of looks cleaned out and simplified, like I was saying. So that is the word of the day, simplified. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this little plant shopping excursion. This is one of my favorite things to do, and of course I love to bring you all along and show you all the pretty plants because I know you like looking at them too. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a chance to get into your garden today.